Life is always bright when you plan ahead. And when you're planning ahead, you got short-term goals and long-term goals. And sometimes balancing the two is not easy. How do you balance your short-term goals from your long-term goals? Welcome to our channel. I am Wahome Ngari, your financial literacy coach. Balancing short-term goals and long-term goals can be a challenge. Let's first see what are these short-term financial goals we are talking about. As you earn, as you spend, we need to keep one eye ahead. One of the things we all have are things we want to do within 1 year. So we're looking at maybe items of furniture that we want to buy for our household, for our business. Maybe clearing the debts that are pressing us down. And these ones tend to be nice to do. They tend to be easy to do. They don't seem to cost a lot of money. And they are fairly visible all the time. And because they are visible and they don't require a lot of money, we find it easier to do one, we finish with that one, and we get to do the other one. The risk of doing that is they mask the long-term goals. What are these long-term goals you're looking at? We're looking at the big budget items in life, things that take quite a while for us to accomplish. We're looking at home ownership. We're looking at tertiary education for our children, financing our retirement. We're looking at building an investment portfolio. It takes time to achieve them. They cost a lot of money, and there are not too many lenders to lend you money to do those things. They are a bit complex in planning, and that is why they easily get masked out. So we have to have a balance so that we don't forget one set to the detriment of the other one, because they are all our issues, and they are all important for us to be able to attend to them. To be able to balance out our short-term goals and our long-term goals, it is important to see the vehicles that will help us when we want to save for short-term goals. You can actually save in the cooperative society. That's a viable place you can. You can save in your bank account. It could be at the bank, or it could be at the Circle Front Office organization. You can use a money market fund. A money market fund, it's easy. It allows you to create your own sinking fund. The place where you put in money before as you accumulate it for use later. It allows you to have a freedom account where you do savings so that you can be able to save for a period of time instead of borrowing. You can actually use a piggy bank. Yes, the piggy bank, the one children use to save. As you're training them to save, you can actually use that vehicle for your saving purposes. You can use your fund lock account. Your fund has a facility and you can lock in there. Your fund is efficient, then you can transfer the money into the other places. You can also save in the chama. That's another place you can save when you're looking for your short-term goals. So you can see, because you want to do them within a year, there are many places where you can actually save that money and it is going to be available for you. But where do you save for your long-term goals? When you're looking at tertiary education of our children, we're looking to financing our retirement, we want to build an investment portfolio, we want to own a home, where are we going to save this money? For our retirement, I think it's very clear. Maybe a pension fund would be a good place to do that. Could be a personal pension fund, could be the government superannuation fund, could be your employer's pension fund. That's a good place that you can do. You can actually be able to build money for doing this in real estate, whether you're looking at rentals, whether you're looking at plots, whether you're looking at having REITs, whatever plan you do, that's a good vehicle for it. You can actually be able to put this money together in an annuity or a drawdown, whatever vehicle that you would want to put in, that's a possibility. You can buy shares, and shares will help you to finance those things. You can even have set up a business, because on the long term, the business will be able to help you to finance all those things. So there are obviously a couple of places that you can do short-term. There are short-term vehicles and there are long-term vehicles. Short-term vehicles for your short-term goals, long-term vehicles for your long-term goals. So if you do that, then you'll be able to attend to all of them without having any conflict and without having any challenges. Prioritizing financial goals is very important. At any given time, there are so many things that need to be attended to, sometimes more than the resources that we have at hand. So how do you prioritize your goals? The first thing is set out the goals, write them down. Write your short-term goals, the things that will take you 1 year to accomplish. Write out your medium-term goals. They may take you 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You want to maybe buy a family car. You want to buy a plot. You want to go back to school and do a course. You want to set up a business. That is your medium-term goal. And you also write out your long-term goals. We said your home ownership, financing retirement, tertiary education for your children, your investment portfolio. First, you write out all those things. The next thing you do, it is important to take stock. What resources do you have at hand to accomplish these goals? How much are you receiving in your salary? or is it your commission? Are you anticipating profits from any business? Do you have any interest you're going to earn from anywhere? Or are you having assets you can sell to be able to achieve the goals you have? Once you're able to do that, you set the goals, you know the resources at hand. That's why now you write a financial plan. You might have somebody to help you put together a financial plan. That allows you to look at many aspects of the things that you need to plan, and that might call you have an expert to work with you. You can get your financial advisor, you can get your financial coach, you can get your financial consultant to help you in that business. And as you're prioritizing your goal, think about the impact. What impact will they have on me, my finances, my future, and my family? The ones that are going to be able to propel you ahead financially, those are the ones you attend to quickly because they put you in a better platform. So think about the impact, which ones propel you much better to where you want to go. You might want to say, okay, let's buy a car because a car will make it easier for us to move and will make it easier for us to do our business. And you see, because of that reason, it is going to allow you to earn more income and becomes a priority maybe than taking that nice trip you are thinking of taking to Dubai. So there can always be a balance. Think about that prioritization. That's the way we prioritize when we are working the goals. Setting financial goals is part of the planning process. Having an effective plan requires that occasionally you sit back and you review the progress you're making. When you're looking at your short-term goals, it is important to review them every quarter. You need to achieve them within 1 year, so you need to review them every quarter. So the short-term goals, 1 quarter will be adequate. When you're looking at your medium-term goals, those ones you review them quarterly and you review them annually. For the long-term goals, they must be reviewed annually. Or the other thing, you might review them if you have a change in your life circumstances. You know, if you got a better paying job, you have more resources at hand, you review your goals. Well, unfortunately, you lost your job and you have less income, you review your goals. If you're single and you got married, you need to review your goals. If you moved residence from one country to the other, you need to review your goals. So as much as I say you review them monthly, review them quarterly, review them annually, also remember when things happen in life, you need to review the goals that you have. That way, it allows you to keep them relevant, to keep them current, and to have a better chance to be able to achieve them. Managing your short-term and your long-term goals requires some tools and some resources. So it is something that you need to be able to say, what tools or resources do I require? One of the tools you need is a financial plan. A financial plan helps you to spell out everything the way you want it to go. One of the other tools you need is a budget. You need to have a budget. Budget is allocation of resources. How do I allocate the resources I have? One of the other tools you need is auto money movement, making sure that where you set your goals, where the money is going, you do not have to get involved every day. If you want to build an education fund for your children, maybe through an insurance company or money market fund manager, you can actually do a check-off arrangement with your employer and the money will automatically move there. Or you can have a standing order with the bank. That's a tool that's going to help you manage your goals and be able to achieve them and achieve them very well. One of the other resources you need is an accountability partner. Who is your accountability partner? Who checks out that you're achieving your goals? It's all good to be ambitious and to see that you do it, but you have somebody else who holds you accountable. Is it your spouse? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a confidant? Because when you have somebody holding you accountable, you're going to actually get these things done. So think about having an accountability partner, a coach, a mentor, your spouse, or your children. That makes it easier for you to be able to achieve the goals that you set out for yourself. When we're looking at goals, this is a way of life. This is something that you need to be able to do, and this is something you can focus on and become more efficient. And there are times when it becomes a balancing act. You have many things that you're balancing out. Not too long ago, I was balancing out two things that were a bit of a pressure to me. I had a mortgage that I was servicing and had children in college. And you see, now you need to be able to pay your mortgage without defaulting, and you need to pay school fees for your children so that they are not sent out to school. So to be able to get this balance, this is what I did. I got a standing order for the mortgage that when the income comes, it is sent to the mortgage company without an interruption. But for the children's school fees, I actually decided to pay it in installments, regular installments every other time. So that's sort of the balance that I applied. Automatic money movement for the mortgage and regular installments for school fees, and that balance worked out well for me. Let us recap our discussion. We are looking at how to achieve our short-term goal and our long-term goals. Savings for short-term is something that we are going to accomplish easily in our circle, at our bank account, at the money market fund, at the piggy bank, or even the fund lock account, we can actually even use the Chama. Saving for our long-term needs, education, retirement financing. We can use pension funds, real estate investment, we can use annuities, we can use shares, we can use dividends. And if you want to learn this thing, this is one of the things we teach very well in the Wealth Creation Masterclass. And you're welcome to come and learn this, and you invest your time. It's 2 hours in a week that allows you to have a better grips. We will be able to share the tools so that you can be able to use them. You only need to get in touch with us through this number, 0708 150 137, and we'll give you a chance. If you want to have a way of referring and reading this subject, there are many books, but let me recommend a book I am certain addresses this agenda very well. It is called Wallet Words. I have authored that book, and it is going to help you as a very good guide. It is designed as a manual, and as a manual you can read from A to Z, from 1 to 10, and you follow it very easily. So just get in touch, 0708 150 137, and you get your manual.